Oh man, you're not going to believe this now, but they're saying that this Atlanta council or Atlanta government, Atlanta authorities, whatever you want to call them, the Atlanta authorities are saying that they're going to challenge the referendum. Use £2 million or something to challenge the referendum. These Americans are absolutely whack. I mean, they're obsessed with suing each other. I've already got a very strong case for the whole concept of bringing a copyright claim against people who are using things as material in petitions and elections when it's an exhibit in proceedings. That I've got an entire paper on the whole subject, and they're just doing it wrong. They've perverted the meaning of the whole process. And then, when you get talking to them about the English law and rights in the groups, they don't want to listen to it. They're like, the American First Amendment is the same as what the English one is. It is copied across and based on it. And to even know what that is, to know what theirs means, you need to go back to the English one anyway to find out the context of it. I found these, right? Why ask questions? Why? Why is this significant? When I first found these election petition rules, I thought they actually were the election petition rules. It's called the election petition rules. Why would you think it wasn't the election petition rules? But it's all about a court procedure. There is a court procedure. The court procedure that there is for elections and petitions is challenging the legitimacy. If there was something done wrong or some fraud or something, you have to get evidence. You can get, a prosecutor and so forth. That's all you can do. If you can challenge if it was not legitimately done. This is the problem we're having now in the town and country. They're taking some trees out the council and they're saying, oh, well, you can't appeal against it. You can't appeal against a decision made by the council. You can have a judicial review, or you petition. That's what you actually do. You petition. There is no appeal. The only appeal you can have is if the council turn it down, then you can appeal that decision. But if the council approves something that they want to do themselves, you can't appeal it. You've actually got a petition, or not through the courts. We're just looking into this now with some trees that they put. These councils are absolutely scandalous. So, look, right, what are the actual council government thinking? Who is doing the petition? Who's signing it? It's the people who have elected them. The people who have elected them, they can't take a challenge against the people who have elected them, because they're representing the people who have signed it. In fact, they are acting on their behalf in the first place. And also in an impartial council function is impartial. The chance to oppose it is people can sign a petition to oppose it. When it goes to vote of the people, you can't have the people who work on the council and so forth, or the city, opposing it, because they're elected by the people. They are representing the party that are making. There is no other party, because the other party are the citizens, the citizens who are against it versus the citizens who are for it. That's why you have a referendum. It's actually the city, it has to be impartial. It can't bring proceedings. I don't know what lawyers are actually running through this Atlanta City, or what prosecutors are. They've lost the plot. They've fallen below, and it's nothing to do with knowing clauses and clauses and clauses. It's the framework. It's almost like, it's almost like, they're pedaling backwards, or they've, got themselves a recumbent bike or something, or, a penny farthing, it's just... So, there are some rules here. You can challenge it if it's illegitimately being run or if there's fraud. You can't challenge the results because the council isn't representing. It's not an entity who can act. It is an entity who is acting on behalf. It's already acting. It's acting. It's fulfilling. In this petition, it is fulfilling a mediatory role. It can oppose. And you might say these aren't Americans. So what? This is the basis of what a petition is. You can't, an authority can't challenge it. That's what it's been elected to represent. Now, if you say, it's the political parties, every citizen, the political party itself can't challenge it because the political party is only there. The political party, while elected to serve, is serving an unbiased, impartial position, regardless of what political party it is. Any other political parties that aren't on the government or council are about as relevant as any single voter. Look, this is what it's saying here. In a secretive press conference today, only accessible to media that covers Cop City positively, the city announced it intends to waste at least $2 million fighting the referendum in court. You can't. It goes above. The referendum is above the people in the council who usually make decisions. It's an overriding. It's an overriding procedure. You can't go to court because the council chamber's above court in the first place. The court only is there to enforce things when if people don't pay a parking fine or don't do planning permission when the council has said so, it uses the court to enforce it. In fact, what you could do is you use the courts to enforce on the council. You actually use the courts against the council when they're trying to come up with all this stuff, which is treason. That's actually treason. You can only challenge the legitimacy or the integrity of an election or referendum or petition in the courts. You can't. The council are elected to represent the people who are voting in the referendum and who have brought it and elected them. They can't be a party. They aren't a party. They're independent, or it's a mediatory role. Then they can't become another party because the only parties are the citizens for and the citizens against, of which every member of the council in their own voting capacity is a citizen. So they're already casting their vote in the matter. Because they're entitled to vote in it, right? They're already party in it with their own vote. They can't form another entity separate from the people because that's what the people vote for. The only thing that the council can do, really, is ask the White House for a referendum in America. You could take it higher. They'll have to petition. The council, all the council all the time, sue, court. Why don't they do a petition? Why? Well, we've already got one. That's what the referendum's going to be, everyone voting it. Why don't the Atlanta councillors, why don't they collect some signatures and have a referendum for the whole United States on the matter? Because then you'll really be looking at whether you were going to have any cop cities. Let's get it dealt with now. Anybody would think that Biden would want to take all of the people to court. All of America. It votes, and then the president doesn't agree with it, so he's going to take them to court. What court? It's almost like it's the equivalent of kind of electing yourself, isn't it? Can you imagine if I think some of these officials in America think that they're electing themselves, like some judge. I've been voted in. I'm the mayor. No, you're not. Why? We're going to challenge it in court. Who? Who's going to challenge it? I didn't get voted as mayor, so I'm going to challenge it. Why aren't they challenging the elections? This is the thing. They're not. You can't challenge the election. The election is the election. The mayor can't say, I didn't get voted in as mayor, I'm going to challenge it in court, and we're going to sue the people, and if I win and say that I'm a better mayor, then they'll make me the mayor. The court will make me the mayor, because I've got a stronger case that I'm a better mayor. No, if the election was, you can challenge the integrity of the election. Who are these people? Who actually are these people? And this is what the problem with YouTube was, how all these YouTube policies got messed up and they think they can just take stuff down. The Americans are actually completely screwing up the entire fundamental law and rights of the whole planet, because he's coming on these platforms and then it's getting spread around the world. They've got they know no authority. I think that, I think Biden thinks that he could probably go to court and say, well, everyone voted, for Trump. If everyone voted for Trump, for example, Biden can't go, I'm going to go to court and ask the judge if he will make me the president because I'm a better one, I've got a stronger case. Well, how do you get president through the votes of the people? Effectively, what Atlanta Council is saying is that, if it was a referendum or petition or election, if Trump won the election in America, he can't go to a court, the Supreme Court, and say, I'm not happy with how people voted. Can you, make a special order to make me the president instead? On merit of what? You get it by votes. It's made purely on the basis of votes, not a judge's vote. What is wrong with these Atlanta people? This is why I am getting ticked off with, they're meant to have a prosecutor on the team, multiple, young, bright lawyers. The problem with America is they think they can sue people for anything or everything. And what's happened is that, even if they can't, they pretend that they can or have a try at it. And that is where it's got construed. And this is the whole thing with the whole copyright thing. When you're publishing stuff for elections and referendums, and it's an exhibit in proceedings, it's an exhibit in proceedings. You're using it. You've seized it. Like the police seize evidence.